Hey there, my name's David. On this episode, we'll be going over backpacking, solar panel chargers or not. So I've got two power banks here. This is a 2600 milliamp power bank with the 4 solar panels, and I've got this one which is called the Videographers. This is a 10,000 milliamp power bank. Now, there's a few reasons why you'd want to use something like this. If you're going on a trek, we're talking something that's like a week or more, then you want to bring something like this because obviously the solar panels will give you more power and it's just a bigger power bank. Anything smaller than that though, I would go with this. Now there are cases where you probably wouldn't want to bring the solar. Now I've used this a lot and I actually use this on my road trip, so I can give you some good kind of details on how much this actually charges. So 2600 milliamp is around 96 watt hours, and each one of these provides 1.5 watts, which is 6 total, but really you get about 5 watts. So really it should take 20 hours of direct sunlight to charge this power bank. Now really, I live up on Vancouver Island here. You don't get enough sun to charge this thing that fast. Now I went on a road trip though, and when I was going through Moab, this thing was charging really fast. We were getting 42 degree Celsius heat, was at 100 or 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So this thing was actually charging really fast. I could charge this in 2 days of it sitting in my car. But anywhere else, it'd probably take more like 4. And if you're living somewhere up where I live on Vancouver Island, it's more like 6. So, if you're going for a week-long trip, you might get one full charge out of this, like one full refresh. So really, you just got to do the math. If you've got a cell phone, I've got one in my pocket here, that's the Samsung S8, and that has a 4000 milliamp battery. You just do the math. How many times can I charge that out of a 10,000 or 26,000? So I would get, 2.5 out of this one. So if you only need to charge your phone twice, then maybe this is what you want to go with. That's why I was saying, like, under a week, you probably just want to go with something like this. If you're going more than a week, then yeah, you're going to be able to charge it multiple times out of this thing, and this will charge once over. The problem is you're carrying a lot more weight. So let's weigh these and see what we got here. Okay, so I've got my trusty scale here, and this one was 532 grams, and this one is 167 grams. So, if you're looking at the weight, you could easily buy 2 of these. Now you're up to 340 grams, and this is still 532. And, this would be 2,600, this would be 20,000. So 26,000, 20,000. You could buy a third one of these, you'd have more charge, but then the only thing is you wouldn't have the solar panel. So it's kind of like, you could save weight by buying 3 of these, have more charge than this, just not the ability to recharge it. So it's kind of like, you got to do some math with that. Now, there's something different about this one than this one, and the reason why I always bring this and I don't bring that other one. So this one here with the solar panels, I use this a lot in my car, and I put it in the window, and I usually run a fan and something else off of this. Sometimes I charge smaller things, but I have a little USB fan, and that's just always running in my car and always runs off of this. So I'd say for van life, this thing is perfect. I absolutely love it. It's very functional and useful. And also something to note with this too is it says in like a lot of these, all the user manuals or whatever, the disclaimers when you buy these, they're not supposed to be put in direct sunlight, which is hilarious because it's a it's a solar panel charger. But for this reason, it's basically it's the battery you're not supposed to put in there because it'll blow up. So anyways, in my car in Moab, sitting in the back or the front, it's going through a window, which actually reduces, I don't know what it is, by half or maybe 30-40% or something. So it's actually not nearly as effective if you have it sitting outside on the hood, but then you would be cooking the battery. So, I mean, maybe if you built a box and you hid this part of it and it had just the 3 panels sticking out, so you'd lose 25% efficiency, but you'd be protecting the battery, so you'd gain more efficiency putting it outside in the direct sun. Yeah, but anyways, this is really useful for van life. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I don't know why I'll link this up down below. They're still available in Canada, but in the US, it seems to be disappeared off their website. I'm not sure if all these companies who make them are kind of making a new type of them, so that reason they stopped shipping them out. I don't know. But what's useful about this thing is it has, I think it's 22.5 watt discharge output. It's got a red plug on it. That's a USB plug, and it actually comes with a really heavy duty cable. This thing's super thick. And the reason why I bought this because it can charge my Sony camera I'm filming this on. So I can actually charge my Sony camera 1.5 times. Then I can charge this DJI Pocket once. this Osmo Action once and my phone twice, all off of this thing. So when I'm out doing, I'm an adventure filmmaker, so like I need to charge my gear. I just bring this, and usually I'm only out for 1 or 2 nights. Then I can charge all my gear, and that's more than enough between my phone and my camera and all this stuff to do like a trip that's 3 days long. Now, if I'm going longer, maybe I'd want to bring 2 of these, but I don't typically do that. I just stick to kind of a couple nights out in the woods. So interesting enough, this thing too is also available in Canada. You can easily buy this on Amazon.ca, but it's also not available in the States anymore. So I don't know what the deal is. There's also a newer version of this one that has 3 cables built into it. I like the simplicity of this one. It has a indicator here. When you plug it into something, it just tells you like 86% or whatever. Aside from that, it's just got the couple plugs there. It's got the old USB, whatever that is, Type B cable or whatever, then the Type C, and then the out. So pretty standard. And then this one, there's multiple different types. This one's got a light on it. You know, you can hold the button here and it'll turn this light on, and it has a blinker and all this kind of stuff. People don't really use this stuff, but in an emergency you could use that. And then on the end, it's just got the 2 USB ports on it, and then it's got the one in to charge it. So you can charge 2 devices with this thing, which is also something else to think about. So hopefully this helps you out in picking a solar charger or a normal charger for your backpacking adventures or van life. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Everything will be linked in the descriptions below for this stuff. If it's available, I'll link up what I can in the US. And who knows, maybe there's just a shortment in supply and they'll be back online soon. I'm not sure, but be sure to subscribe. Until next one, have a great day.